seeded players are on the lower side. So that is a little bit of a shakeup, a little bit of volatility and instability coming into this region, despite a top 8 that is kind of somewhat expected. Now we are going in onto the Enigma right now. It's Kaio Bolinha coming in with Poe. We have a full crossover game, and we love to see that.
Yeah, the Poe with the spear and the gauntlets just really fun, and Kaio Bolinha making great use of the tri-platforms to knock Lorez around. Lorez starting to bring the damage gap back, but I want to bring just mention to the lifetime score that they showed off in the production card right before this, that Kaio Bolinha is 2-0 lifetime tournament sets against Lorez.
Ooh, and so far, opening up on small Enigma, Kaio has the damage deficit going against low-res nair hits. A few more nairs might take him off the top there. He's just playing that anti-landing game with the bow, and the bow does that the best. Oh, that sword recovery. Even though it like slows down at the end there, the strong hit still would have taken him off the top. And that second one hits, and there goes Kaio on his first stock.
Lorez in a fantastic spot in this, coming in with a very strong sword so far. He's just about halfway through this first stock as Kaio Bolinha is spawning in on the second one. That ground pound could start things off quite nicely. Of course, with this Poe pick, you do have a strong signature kit, but you also have the true combo with the D-Light into the side air there that Kaio Bolinha used as the KO option. Now switching over to the gauntlets, has weapon control. Lorez is going to be looking for the next weapon spawn, and there it is. Comes in on the left side, grabs it quickly, does take a neutral light, but neither player is in a terrible spot compared to the other one.
Yeah, it's really off the back of Kaio Bolinha's spear playing that anti-air game just as Lorez was. Oh my god. Okay, that was so close to taking off the top. I was sweating.
Yep, that got very scary. Gravity cancel neutral sig. Any upwards hitting move after a ladder combo like that with the sword recovery is bound to be scary. He charged the side sig as long as possible and hoping that maybe Kaiser will just think that, I don't know, he wouldn't hold it that long, but he didn't go into it. And the down sig punished by the downer. I'm surprised that Lorez was willing to risk going down into him with that downer, because you can get caught by that, and that's going to be your stock gone real quick. Oh, wow. Crazy offstage gameplay. No ground pound connects. D-Light into recovery coming out from Kaido. And oh, well, that could be Lorez getting the stock with another recovery if he's good about it with his downlights.
Lorez coming in with the neutral air. You saw him attempt the D-Light's recovery off of the top soft platform. That was going to be a very early KO, but Kaio stayed away from that, was able to find the KO here. A little bit behind. Lorez is now struggling to find this KO. You saw the unarmed kit come out. D-Light into the gravity cancel, neutral heavy. Knew a D-Light recovery was not going to KO based on how far that last unarmed recovery worked since Lorez was at the weapon advantage. Now, we've seen a lot of Kojis today. People have been favoring the bow. Some people have been playing spear today, but we haven't seen like any Wushang today. And honestly, we don't see too much Wushang in tournament period.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of folks have been favoring some longer-ranged weapons over the gauntlets. You know, the gauntlets, when you get those dodge reads, it can turn into a ton of damage, but look at how far Lorez is able to engage, even with the side light. That's not counting the downlight combo starter from the bow that you can do from like half stage away.
Yeah, and we would see a lot of bow players using that combo starter as a recovery tool as well, because it not only does it reach from half the stage away, you also travel with it a little bit. So if you're off the stage trying to make it back, don't want to gravity cancel a signature attack, gravity cancel the downlight instead, and not only will you touch the stage again, you may lead it into an actual combo. Okay, side sig almost connects. Weapon toss interrupts the first ground pound. Recovery catches him out of the second one. Lorez with a great recovery, but so far, could be either player's game. Kaio picks up the spear. One pogo. Can he get the neutral sig? Oh, down air. No dodge. But Lorez goes too far. Doesn't get the D-Light and the ground pound, and the recovery hits instead. Who's going to take this first game? It's so close between these two players. What? No, spear ground pound. TWK can't be.
Oh my gosh, just gets soccer kicked off the side. Lorez now unarmed, waiting for that next weapon drop. It's going to be the sword. Doesn't get the punish with the teleport, but the recovery off the top seals the deal for game number 1. Man, what an absolute roller coaster, just all the way down last stock red.
Now, even though it was extremely close between these two players, you're seeing similar damage coming out from the 594 to 555. It's only about 40 damage difference between those two. everything from Lores just looked more confident compared to Kaio. Like, you were seeing some nice swaggy plays in there. Even at the end, Lores still kept the pressure up. You saw Lores dip down really low on the left side, almost off screen there, but still looked confident, had the perfect timing on the weapon toss up. It didn't look like an emergency ejection seat or anything where you're like, oh no, I need to throw this above to keep myself safe. It was like, yes, this is the option to keep myself safe. I throw the weapon, it hits, I pick up the weapon, I do the recovery. It seems like Lores just has a cool head throughout all of this, even though it is still extremely close between these players.
Yeah, to put it simply, he had a recovery plan, and he executed on it very well, where if the weapon hit Kaio, he had a follow-up, and if it just covered his head, he was going to pick it up anyways, make it back to the stage, and then he'd have something to follow up right afterwards. So yes, very clear-headed with that recovery, and it ended up leading into a great performance for him there towards the end, and now we're in the situation where I feel like where Kaio's taking the most damage is when he's trying to touch the ground, and Lores can really pop off with his bow, neutral airs, and neutral lights. Ooh. And look at that. Down air catches him off guard, takes him down off the left side of the stage.
Yeah, and this is where we're going to see that aerial juggle gameplay as he's catching him, trying to land, really pay off now that we're not on a tri-platform map. There are only so many things that you can do to try and mix up where you're landing, and Lores, with that bow, can cover so much of it. Dash, down light, even the side signature, just so many different options that Lores is there ready to strike.
Down airs over the corner as well have been absolutely deadly for Lores so far, and we've only really seen one full game. That's going to be from the middle of the stage, not close enough to the right blast zone to actually KO. Still attempting the KO with the recovery, not enough just yet. Doesn't hit that recovery. Oh, Taza, that was so close.
Yeah, and to see Kaio go so far off stage to hit that one recovery and that stock. Oh, you got to be kidding me. The neutral light snipes him out of the ground pound. He's got to be careful about that. He's had a few successful spear ground pounds in the set so far, but the more that he's been using them, Lores has been punishing him for it. Immediately active out of spawn, gave up those iframes for an attack, and the weapon toss ended up hitting him. Lores looking for a weapon here as Kaio is bringing it back slowly but surely as he goes in for that nair and almost gets him with the pummel on the way back down.
Yeah, you see that damage just building so incredibly. Oh, the downlight into the ground pound. Kaio Bolinha, options dwindling. Lores now just about a full stock lead. The last game, it was neck and neck all the way down, but Lores has just been accelerating all the way through. Talk to him, Sparky.
Lores wins today. Straight up. Lores is going to win today. Look at everything he's doing. It's not even like Kaio's doing anything that bad. Like, I can't even say, oh, what is Kaio doing there? He's using these wrong options. He's not prioritizing his weapons. He can't get in. Lores is just playing so well, so confidently, executing at an extremely high level in so many instances, one after the other. He goes for the cheeky plays like that. He also just has incredible fundamentals. Everything is going right for Lores, and it's not even off the back of everything going wrong for Kaio.
He's like one of the few players that I see when faced with a gauntlet ground pound just descending towards him. He's kind of like, this is where I'm the most comfortable. Like I watched him deal with that situation so perfectly. And now that, sure, not the greatest punish off of the down signature, but Lores has been dealing with the signatures used by Kaio quite well. One neutral hits, however, that gravity cancel sideline, that's the stock. Kaio has a chance to bring this back, bring it to a game 2. Has Lores already been cursed by Sparky, TWK, because he said he's winning this tournament? Is he gone now?
I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility. You know, worse things have happened when Sparky talks well about you, so.
Oh, man. I'd hate to be in Lores' position right now.
Everybody seems to forget really quickly about how I absolutely nailed a top 3 just a few weeks ago. Everybody really forgot that one real quick.
What have you done for me lately, Sparky? I mean, look at this. Kaio Bolinha bringing the damage gap back, getting those dodge reads. Come on, man.
Oh, he just needs one side sig. If he goes for spear recovery, I think he loses this. But there's the neutral sig and he gets it.
The Sparky curse is real. It's an actual thing.
It actually is
it's not real.
Yeah,
it's not real.
He was a whole stock and a half behind.
It's game 2.
He brought that back. You know what? Shout-outs to Kaio for being able to do that and hit the signatures that were whiffing at the very beginning, got the damage lead back towards the end of that game, and then ends up winning it, bringing it to a game 3 1-1 in winners finals. Winner of this going into the grand finals, and for the LCQs being the champion. of a last chance qualifier. It basically makes you qualify for that world championship spot. And as TWK was talking about, for South America, only top 15 are invited here. So getting into the top 16 right away is a huge deal, and both players are trying to make the road to that as easy as possible. Going down here means that you've got to not only win your lower bracket match in finals, but then win 2 grand finals in a row. So the winner of this it's a big deal. And being able to bring this to a Game 3 tie game is a huge deal for Kaio Bolinha, because he was not looking good until Sparky said something about it.
Tremendous effort. It was a very solid comeback from Kaio on that. Needed just a moment. That's why we haven't gotten into the next game just yet. We needed to wait on that for Kaio to lock in here. But think about this. The seeds. We have to think about the seeds going into this.
Okay.
Even though I said Lores is going to win the tournament, even though I put Lores in top 3 and not Kaio Bolinha in top 3, Kaio's seed 10, Lores is seed 17. So the upset is if Lores wins this one.
Okay. It's fair. That is fair. I have to remember that after watching Europe and having seed 204 being the top 3, right? It's like, at this point, I'm like looking at the power rankings and I'm like, okay, maybe anything is possible here. But yeah, so when it comes to the seeds, you were talking about this at the very beginning of our top 4 block, right? Where outside of Toled, it was basically as planned for a lot of these players going into this top 8. South America really shaped up the way that we were expecting it to.
Ooh, and that jumping right back onto stage, going just as planned for Kaio Bolinha. The gravity cancel neutral slig hitting, and we've got a little bit of a different map formation here. That soft platform is going to stay up the entire time. So,
what did I say,
Kaio
Tazza?
not staying up.
What did I
Kaio not
say?
staying up.
What did I
sorry,
say,
Sparky.
Tazza?
I'm sorry.
I mean, that was great from Lores, for sure. And it was the opposite of the problem that I was wondering if Kaio was going to have at all, which was landing on this stage with that extra platform. But so far, Lores, God.
Bro, that turnaround sider was so sick.
Yeah, the neutral stick afterwards, the catch-up was pretty big deal. Oh, no, Kaio's going down.
What did I say, TWK? What did I say?
This is disgusting.
Okay.
This is actually disgusting.
All right.
I feel like we got baited here. I feel like it's all been a bait, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna make a fool of Sparky, and then Laura, Sparky told him, hey, you know what? Now it's go time.
Oh,
You got Tazza and TWK on the ropes. Let them know.
Well, Kaio's not looking as good as he did in Game 2, that's for sure. Lores just had him on the left side of the stage, edge guard the entire time, and Kaio didn't even I feel like he got the lights knocked out of him to the point where he couldn't even dodge the weapon throw that Lores put out there. It wasn't like the craziest weapon throw ever, but Lores is just so relentless with the pressure that he's just been succumbing to it. And now, 3 stocks to 1. Lores put on the gravity cancel side stick, and he just falls into neutral lane. Okay. All right, there we go.
Gets a little flip in there, you got to style, because it was working on a 3-stock. Lores now just needs a little bit more punched off of the weapon. The weapon denial actually denied.
Now, there was a solid comeback in the last game that was built largely on the back of this spear from Kaio Bolinha. He was throwing out the weapon tosses quite a bit. Didn't really find any momentum. Now he has the gauntlets in his hands. Again, the landing immediately punished by Lores. I don't know what that side sig was. He was hoping for something big. Maybe it was a misinput there, looking for the neutral sig.
I think the neutral sig was too. Yo, Kaio! All right. Almost took. I think he really needed that stock to, happen. Right? He needed Lores to go off the top in that moment to have any chance at all, as that sword recovery takes him off the top, and Kaio goes down really fast. Game 3, Sparky. I mean, super quick. Speed ran that. He was just side airing him and weapon tossing him off the left side of the stage. Look at that side stick. He just throws the weapon right afterwards. That was in under a minute. Kaio was able to get a stock back, but that didn't matter. What a performance.
Look at that, 38 damage per engagement from Lores. That is almost a color change. Every single engagement. That is incredible from Lores. And you said under a minute. The actual time was 47 seconds for the first 2 stocks going the way of Lores. You talked about a speed run. Absolutely incredible work from Lores. We're going back to the exact same stage, but TWK, what's the biggest difference here?
Man, Kaio hopping on over to the Bryn. You just need that legend swap. Maybe just wasn't quite working out. I gotta tell you though, going into that last game, Lores looked like they were coming fresh off of a bracket reset, not just a mid-set change.
Yeah.
I'm so glad this is working out a little bit better. Yes, Kaio, let's go.
Kaio really performing there. That was interesting. I felt like Lores was just putting on the pressure. Kaio got a stray spear down air, and he turned it into a stock. Weapon throw picked up the new X spawn immediately, falls to the ground pound, spikes Lores out of every single jump they put out, and now have taken the lead in game number 4, switching over to the Bryn. And they are dodging out of these side sticks from Lores every single time.
Oh, that was so close. Weapon toss goes out, not able to pick it up. That means the next weapon for Kaio is going to be that spear. And his spear's been looking really nasty today, or at least it has a potential to look nasty. No, it was actually an axe. Kaio is adding up the damage. Lores unable to finish this stock. That 360 degree, that's going to help Kaio get back to the main stage where Lores has been able to take him out before. Kaio keeping the pressure up, and now we're seeing a complete 180.
That was skipped off the ground like a stone and stuffed the recovery, so Lores didn't have that available by the time they were knocked off the side. Heartbreaking.
I feel like most of Kaio's mileage has come from axe recovery and ground pound at this point. He's hit so many of the recoveries. Ground pound off the side of the stage. First one dodged by Lores all game, as Kaio has really just been running away with that weapon in particular. Finally goes down in his first stock, and I'm having trouble processing that we just got off of 2 stocks under 47 seconds for Lores in game 3 into the situation that we are in right now with Kaio against Lores, and what's about to be a game 5 situation, as I strongly doubt Lores is going to be able to make this comeback.
Oh, difference coming into play here. There's the neutral signature to end that one. Kaio had a mighty 2 stocks up on the board. We're going to need a quick response from Lores. We are getting no character swap it here. Look at that. It started off with the spear, and then like the rest of the game was all on the axe.
Yeah, that was just a tour de force. The legend swap
Game 5
paying off so incredibly well. These last 2 games have just been absolute blitzes to the finish. And here we go. Game number 5, Mammoth Fortress, my legend versus yours. What's it gonna be? Who wins this race?
We already know, Lores.
It has been a race. We went from one almost 3 stock to another almost 3 stock, and now it's like both players recognize, okay, we've both messed each other up. Now what's going to happen? You're going into game number 5, and it looks like they're both like taking a little bit of a slower pace. I say that, and then Kaio's done like 2 spear ground pounds to a pogo. Oh, man. Let's see.
Ooh, dodging away, stay away from that signature. Beautiful.
Back-to-back lights.
Yeah, I feel like the moment that Lores doesn't go for the side sig, and he like reads the dodge away, Kaio is just going to get absolutely obliterated. But we haven't seen Lores really go for it yet.
What? What are you doing? Oh, no. Complete misinput there. That is so sad. That probably would have been the stock for Lores, or at least would have put Lores in the power position to then punish a possible landing from Kaio.
Oh my gosh, just dodging these attacks. The recovery not yet enough to take him off the top.
And a neutral light. He's just waiting for him to get back to the stage, not risking getting hit by the X recovery. Kaio gets hit by the sword recovery, goes off the top, but I mean, it's been a minute 20, Sparky. We could have had a game 3 by now, right? Like that's how fast game 3 was compared to what's happening right here. And Kaio is really looking to equalize this stock here. Otherwise, I feel like Lores could run away with a lead like this. Every time Lores has gotten a lead, they've definitely kept it.
I'm still worried about Bryn's signatures. He hasn't really used them on the spear yet. That's why, like, I'm waiting for the 1 to happen. Comes in, easy edge guard for Kaio, hits the ground pound. And is he going to swap back over to the spear to stay on it or just to juggle it? He does go back over to the axe.
Yeah, you know, you talk about Kaio not really using too many of the signatures. Lores, beautiful punish on that one there. But that heavy button is still getting pressed a ton. It's these axe recovery and ground pounds. I mean, it's looking like a MOBA out there. Spin to win, right?
Oh, man. And he's been getting a lot of these wake-up gravity cancel sidelight nairs. Twice in a row now, Kaio has gotten in a low res, and it's brought him to a damage advantage. He's got to be careful. Ground pound went a little low. That time, Lores spacing the recovery out, hits him with a Sair, a nair. Let's see, Sparky. Can Lores get the edge guard? Is Kaio going to put him off the side of the stage? Oh, that weapon throw didn't look great, but he's still winning unarmed, and a new axe means a side air. Is this going to be the stock lead for Kaio here as he goes for that recovery? No spike, but the weapon throw ground pound. He's been catching Lores out of those panic jumps every single time.
Loras is about to join the Axis Fun clan like Maggie Mine was over in Europe earlier today, man. Because he's getting chewed up and spit out by Kaio's axe.
Yeah. Oh, let's see, though.
Beautiful snipe right around the backside. You know, that's the thing, that axe recovery, yeah, it covers a ton of space, but I know Foda was talking about this just last week, that it's that slow trajectory. You can get behind it and snipe it out a lot easier than the others, so long as you avoid the blades.
Yeah. You spend quite a bit of time after the move is over getting ready to move again. And we saw Low-Res take ample opportunity, reposition around it, find a nice spot, gravity cancel, you can hold the dodge a little longer. Oh, but Kaio, like putting the damage on. Oh, down to recovery. Oh, it's dead even. It's dead even. Oh, that dancing was weird.
Loras is sticking with the sword here. Oh, both players are red. This is so scary. Oh, my goodness, that was close.
No weapon, 2 nairs. Oh, he is a recovery away from losing this stock, and Low-Res can move on. What?
I wasn't even worried.
You were
It wasn't even close, baby. It wasn't even close. You see the crosstalk come out because he knows. He knows what time it is. It's time for Loras to come out victorious in this tournament. That was close.
Jeez, the Michonne teleport right into the dig your grave, looking like the reason for the season here.
that had to. Okay, I have spent like probably 10 or 20 different times talking about how not good it is to use that Koji down sig for like a lot of players. Sometimes we'll see players like Acno use it as a recovery tool, but to use it in neutral on